So, patch 10.20 released today for most of the servers, and now it's time for you to know who is going to be the strongest this patch for the mid lane. What is going on, guys? Hunter Medusa here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today, as I stated, we are going to be talking about the strongest mid laners for patch 10.20. If you haven't watched my previous videos on my tier list for specific lanes, I will give an A tier, an S tier, the OP tier, and then I will give an honorable mention for someone that I think doesn't get enough recognition, but is still doing very well. So to start off the video, I want to give a question of the video, and that's going to be, who is your favorite to play in the mid lane currently? I'm curious to see if some of you guys, your main is starting to climb the tier list, and it's pretty exciting when that happens, because now not only is your main getting higher on the tier list, but they're also getting stronger, so it makes them easier to play. So with that being said, quick disclaimer, not much has changed since the previous patches. It is still a very assassin heavy oriented meta. So I'm going to try to give you picks that are going to be able to counter those assassins, or that are going to be at least a decent matchup into them. So let's jump right into our A tier. Now I'm excited about this one because Morgana is going to be very well utilized in the mid lane now. A lot of the assassins that are starting to make their appearance in the mid lane is going to be, AP assassins, things like Echo, Fizz, Diana, that sort of thing. And Morgana's spell shield really offers a lot of, utilization towards it, and can really help her stay healthy. And not only that, but Morgana does dish a lot of damage out towards the later game. When you do go full damage Morgana, your Q really starts to hit, and your W and all that sort of things. And just having that spell shield is very important when it comes to the laning phase, because it makes you be able to play a little bit safer, because she really doesn't have an escape. So being able to utilize her kit properly in the early game is going to make it or break it, because while she is fairly strong in the mid lane due to her Q, it can be hard for her to actually get the kills, because she doesn't really have an execute. She doesn't really have a whole lot of damage in the early game. It really starts to pick up for her around the mid lane. So that's going to be our A tier pick for patch 10.20. Now let's look at S tier. Now again, I'm going to refrain from picking assassins because they are what is strongest right now, but this is going to be the one exception because he's not a traditional assassin that you would see in the mid lane, so I'm going to pick Nocturne. Now, Nocturne is really interesting when it comes to playing, in a solo lane that's not revolved around jungle, because of his ultimate is better utilized being in the jungle, because it gives him ability to gank pretty much any lane when he needs to. That is also really what makes him strong in the mid lane as well, because he can head to top lane or bot lane as fast as necessary. He's able to snowball his lane because he does have a great spell shield. He's got a great fear. Once you start to get a few items on him, he starts to really dish out quite a bit of damage. So being able to get to level 6 as fast as you can and really start to, either co-gank with your jungler, or if your jungler goes top, you go bot lane to gank, it really can make or break his laning phase. If you don't roam playing Nocturne mid lane, it's not going to turn out as well as you would think it would, because you need to be able to go and not only get yourself fed off of other laners or even the jungler, but you need to be able to help your laners out as much as you can, because Nocturne will start to fall off as the late game rolls around, because he is a melee assassin and his ultimate can start to be negated pretty easily when it comes to team fighting. So if you're gonna play Nocturne mid, all you've got to know is that you've got to get to level 6 and you've got to have presence all over the map. Try to get kills as fast as you can, as many kills as fast as you can. You need to try to help your laners get snowballing by maybe giving them a few kills, or just at least showing presence in their lane. So Nocturne is going to be the S tier pick for the current patch. Now OP, I can't say this enough, because she is strong no matter what rank you're in, no matter what elo, nothing. Annie is going to be the absolute strongest mid laner right now. She may not have as much damage as other mid laners do, but the kit that she has is so great to utilize, especially in the assassin meta. Having your ultimate, having, a stun every 4 spells, having a little speed up on your E, she's just a great champion to have. And if you can really start to snowball early on in the game, if you maybe get 1 or 2 free kills, you really can start to do damage. And if you are playing into an assassin, they have to be very weary of engaging on you, because you literally can just pop them. Now, one tip that I am going to have for playing Annie is don't use your ultimate to go for the stun because there is a possibility that it will miss. Use your Q. So stack your passive up, and then once your Q is ready, when you feel like you have a good chance to engage on them, use your Q to stun them because it is a point and click and it's a guaranteed stun. Then drop your ultimate and your W, so on and so forth. That's going to be the easiest way to land your stun. I know I've had it multiple times, and I'm sure many of you have as well. You go to throw your ultimate down and it just misses just barely, and now you've got to wait for that to come back up to have all of the damage output that Annie would normally have. Annie is going to be the OP tier for the current patch, which is 10.20. Now let's look at honorable mention. Now this honorable mention may not be the strongest, they may not have the most damage, but they are still great champions to play in the current meta, and they are starting to, do a lot. Now, I'm going to pick this specific honorable mention because team play is going to be very important in this current patch, and so having a champion that can really utilize some sort of team play is going to be fantastic. So I'm going to pick Malzahar. Now he is starting to become, he's slowly climbing the ladder, but Malzahar has this, a very unique ultimate that will always be a great ultimate to have. He could be C tier or D tier. It doesn't matter. His ultimate is so strong that no matter how strong he is in the meta, no matter how much he's been nerfed, his ultimate is so great to use. He's kind of the same as Nocturne, as if you can walk to top lane or you can walk to bot lane or even, roam the jungle. Your ultimate is pretty much a guaranteed kill at any point in the game. As long as there's someone there to back you up, if you go to bot lane and ult the ADC, your bot lane should be able to follow up. If you go to top lane, same sort of thing. He just offers so much utility. And in the later stages of the game, when he starts to get, quite a few items on him, his E ability really starts to tick down some damage, and it really starts to hurt, and if you're able to get a kill with it, it just keeps going and going. He is going to be a fantastic choice for those that are looking to try something new or looking to play into an assassin. Because of his ultimate, he is able to lock those assassins down. If you're playing into a Zed and Zed ults you, the second he gets out of his pre-ult, his death mark setup, Malzahar can then just ult him, do a bunch of damage, and most of the time he's going to get away, depending on obviously how fed the Zed is or how fed the assassin is going to be. So this is going to be my mid lane tier list for patch 10.20. These are going to be the strongest picks in my opinion that I think are going to yield the greatest outcome for you in your games. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Be sure to leave a like down below, and as well as a comment, and let me know again who is your favorite mid laner to play currently, and let me know how they're doing in the tier list because I'm excited to know. And if you guys would, please subscribe. It really helps me out and lets me know that you guys do enjoy the videos I make and the content I create. Now, with that being said, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining the Stone Army.